Okay.
All right. So for the month of March, our actual admits were at 55 with a budget that remains at 65. Prior month admits were 40. And our gross revenue for March, $3,810,569.
Just a quick comment on that. We were looking at, as we were talking about today, you know, we had a better month at 40 patients than we did at 55 patients, and it's all in the contractual adjustments. The contractual adjustments is just such a huge number for us because it's, you know, it's roughly 75% of our gross goes to contractual adjustments. So
And that's for regular insurance companies, and it's worse than on Medicare and Medicaid.
Medicare, Medicaid, all there's a discount for every insurance carrier now, except for Blue Cross. Well, there's where Blue Cross is not as big as.
It's not as big
Blue
as
Cross
some.
is just better.
Yeah,
That's why I picked them.
yep.
Okay. On the hospital side, our salaries were at $518,776 with a budget of $498,002, so we were slightly over. I did kind of dig into that, and it looked like our nursing was over budget, but that might have something to do with our inpatient and outpatient revenue was higher. Also, some of our nurses, Michael, did you say 3 or 4 that are now RNs instead of LVNs?
We did have a number of nurses graduate from LVNs to RNs. They've gone to school and they've now graduated, so they've bumped up, so.
Yeah, we didn't budget for that.
Yeah, we
Wasn't
budgeted.
there?
We budgeted for a couple, but I don't think, I think I budgeted for 2, but I
And we
think we
had
ended
4.
up with 4.
Yeah.
So,
Our benefits for the month of March, $199,210 with a budget of $198,080. And our net revenue at $931,770 with a budget of $1,064,404. On the benchmarks, our salary as a percent of net revenue was at 56% with a benchmark of less than 87%. Our budget versus actual salaries, once again, we were over budget by $20,773. And the ratio of salary and benefits to net revenue, we were at 77% with a benchmark of less than 65. Our expenses, starting with our supplies, we're up over budget, $255,805 with a budget of $203,199. Our professional services were under budget at $154,142 and a budget of $163,966. Repairs and maintenance were also under budget at $22,216 with a budget of $28,012. Our indigent for March was $46,087 with a budget of $41,341, bringing our total expenses $1,466,436 with a budget of $1,388,371. So we were over on expenses by about $78,000.
a lot of that was due to, what was our implant?
Our
implant
supplies,
supplies.
right,
Implants
our
were
implant.
the supply costs. We did a lot of implants.
Mhm. Cash collections versus net revenue. Our business office collected at 108% with a benchmark of greater than 90, and our days of cash on hand were at 34 with a benchmark of plus 45. Again, the hospital collections, $1,616 for March. The net revenue, $931,770. The next page is our cash for March, and this is just the hospital. The first page is the hospital. Collections, $1,616 with other revenue of $291,315. Expenses minus depreciation, $1,395,318, leaving our cash at a negative $103,387. March finishes off the second quarter, so we now have 2 full quarters to report. Our year-to-date cash, $8,295,547. Expenses minus depreciation of $7,633,822, leaving our hospital cash at $661,725. The next page is the consolidated, so this will be hospital and clinic. For March, we had collections of $1,209,580, other revenue of $292,465, expenses minus depreciation of $1,821,436, leaving our cash at a negative $319,391. And then as you can see, same thing, we have 2 full quarters now in our year-to-date, leaving our cash at a negative $142,770. That's it for the PowerPoint, but the next page behind your, well, the next couple of pages behind your, in your packet are the financials for the hospital and the clinic and the consolidated. If you guys want to just look over those and let me know if you have any questions.
Couple of comments on the income statement for the hospital. When you look at the year-to-date numbers over the right-hand column, for the first 6 months, you know, we had actual revenue of $21,143,273 compared to budget of $21,128. So we're only $15,000 off on, and that's a favorable variance, $15,000 for year-to-date revenue, which is pretty close, you know. And then when you look down at the hospital on the total expenses of $8,060,532 compared to budget of $8,330,239. So we have still a favorable variance of on our expense side of $269,706, and that's just the department manager doing a really good job of managing their expenses. You'll see we've got a favorable variance of $163,000 on the supply side.
And that's the item, that's the line that includes implant expense.
Supplies does?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and that should be reflected up in the revenues, because we got the big expense for the implants that should be reflected up in the revenue side of it. You can see we had, you know, for the month of March, we had good revenue. We had positive revenue of $289,000.
Those implants, the estimate puts in run from about 30 to 45,000 a piece. So if he puts in 3 or 4 in a month, if you throw you out of kilter and hurry, but like I say, you should see, as we do here, you should see the outpatient revenue increase with that as well, as you see the surgical side of it.